we're just casually cruising. It is a good time. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be taking my M4 as well as several other cars, including G82, two G80s, another M4, and a 340. We are hitting Little Switzerland, which goes up through the Diamondback, which is kind of like a little Tail of the Dragon. So in today's video, I'm really going to be testing out the stock M4 suspension before I make the transition over to the KW Hasket. So I'm kind of interested to see how the stock suspension on the M4 does on these really curvy back roads. I think the M suspension is far superior than a lot of other stock suspensions, just because of the components and engineering that goes into the suspension on these cars in general. But we're gonna see, and hopefully after I get the KW Hasket put on, which are basically just height adjustable springs, and it stiffens it up a little bit, we'll probably come back out here, hit the Diamondback again, which is, I believe, just up to 26A here in North Carolina. And then we'll see kind of how the comparison is. But that's pretty much going to be today's video, guys. I'm going to kind of test out the suspension on these back roads, get some good shots. We do have a photographer with us as well. We're going to get some awesome drone shots as well up on the parkway. And it should be a full, fun day with the boys, of course. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and we're going to go ahead and get it started. So we just got to Marion here at our first little pit stop. We're just setting up a few cameras. We're going to be hitting the first stretch up to 26A before we actually turn on the road to head up to Little Switzerland. But we're just taking a little break here. We got up here in about an hour or so it wasn't too long, but we're all hanging out and going to head out here momentarily. just hit those first turns, that was so much fun. Suspension actually did really well. I was very surprised. Handled great. It was absolute blast. So hoping the footage came out great. I haven't been able to review it yet, but I just set up the camera for a second angle, and then we're all up here in Little Switzerland. We're about to go hit on the parkway now. That is going to be some nice views, so I'm pretty excited for that, but stay tuned. It's going to be a long day. Perfect.
still alive.
Yeah, we're hitting the roads right now, so it's pretty intense.
Alright, well, please be careful.
I won't.
Oh, it's really...
I'll be fine. All right, so we did have a little bit of change of plans. So the parkway that's actually located, I should say the parkway access that's located right there next to Little Switzerland was actually closed due to inclement weather. So last night it was basically like a little bit below freezing. So for some reason they closed down the whole piece. So anyways, so what we did was we compromised. We basically went down Little Switzerland the same way we came up. And then we went back up the backside of Little Switzerland, which was also pretty intense, which I'll have the footage loaded in here so you guys can see, of course. And then what our plan is now is we're making our way over to Asheville. We got about 50, like 45 to 50 minutes. And then there we're going to grab some food and grab some lunch, hang out for a minute, and then we're going to see if there's a Blue Ridge Parkway access point. We found one that we believe is actually open, that's right there where we're going to be eating lunch in Asheville. So we're going to try to access it there and get some cruising done up on there. And then it's a little bit less windy. It's a lot more of a wider road. So there's going to be a lot more of a scenic route, and then we're going to be able to hopefully get some really cool photos. But I wanted to touch on the suspension itself on the car. So as you guys know, the M4 itself, power-wise, I'm putting down right around 500 to the wheel or so, but suspension-wise, I'm completely stock. I haven't actually gotten the opportunity to test out the suspension in this car, so that's why I was pretty excited to come up here, because I'm going to be switching over to the KW Haas kit, and I really wanted to see stock suspension-wise for a comparison. You know, how does it compare to an aftermarket suspension system, and you know, does BMW, as they would argue, over-engineer everything like, you know, of course everybody says they do. And I honestly would say that just from hitting those intense roads that we just did, the suspension is great. Like, I don't even have any complaints, which even has me more excited for the improvement that I'll get from a little bit of a stiffer suspension. I mean, I was hitting those turns pretty hard, and I mean, the car was just taking them. So when it comes to the M stock suspension, I definitely would say that it is up to par. It is performing well. It was an absolute blast. Every bit of that was enjoyable. I mean, there wasn't any like play, or I didn't even feel any like really heavy body roll or anything in those turns. It really seemed to just grip and go. And really, I mean, that's what you're going to look for when you're getting into a performance car and you're wanting to take it on these really back roads so you can do some spirited driving. You know, you really want something that's going to hit that bank, not have too much body roll, but still be able to power through the turn, and the car performed phenomenally. I'm super excited. I can't imagine what the G80s and the G82s that I'm with, how they're performing, because I even know they're on a whole nother level. Man, it is just a glorious April day up here in the mountains. This is just so peaceful. Right now, we are currently stuck behind an 18-wheeler, but we're just casually cruising. It is a good time. Got Yusuf behind me. It's just a beautiful sight out here today. I mean, just look at this view. You can't complain. This is just lovely. Smells like spring.